Good?
That's good to hear. So last time we had you working on a number of things,
Mm-hmm.
like recognition for certain situations to tell us what we're doing. You were mastering this, using the sword more effectively, and like kind of understanding what spots certain moves cover and which spots other moves cover, so you can kind of like interchange them as the opponent responds to your threats. Um, yeah, like I don't know, like it was a lot. So I talk to me. Have you had a chance to play? If so, how has it been going?
Okay. I've had a little chance to play. Like in the last couple days, I've put in like I don't know, maybe just like an hour each night.
That's good.
Uh, yeah. Like felt very comfortable. I feel like a lot of what we went through last time, I still haven't been like exactly incorporating, but
So, like, what things from last time are you finding you're not incorporating?
basically everything that you just said. Yeah, like in like my last couple past practice sessions, I've been more just kind of like focusing, I guess, like on my control of the character, less about like the actual dynamics of the matchup and like
Okay.
what I can be covering. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any matches like saved, like any SLPs?
Mm, not really. It's like I have a whole set of replays, but I'm not sure if there's anything in there that I can really.
Oh, I want to look at them, not to like spend too much time on them. I just want to kind of like look at the matches and see if anything is showing up, because that
Sure.
surprises me, because you're usually pretty good at, like, a lot better than that about implementation in from what I've seen so far. So I just want to take a quick look, see.
Sure.
Yeah, like I don't even plan to slow these down. I'll put it that way. This isn't like hardcore analysis or anything.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes, even us coaches, we sometimes just watch matches. It's crazy.
On. Yeah, let's see. I feel like I had some. It's like some decent games against this Peach player. Let's see here. I think last night I got like pretty dusted by this Falco for a while.
give
I
me
feel
the
like these were.
give me the peach matches. I think the peach matches sound like they'll be better for what we're doing. Because you said good sessions. I'm thinking there was back and forth. You were in more control. Because if you're fighting just some like top 50 player on a Smurf or something, you're not gonna like that. I don't really blame the process for that one. I just think that they've seized control of the game and they're just like running away with it. You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. So yeah, we were going like fairly back and forth. I think like we both like. I think we both won too.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds great. Give me one where you win, one where you lose.
Righty. All right. Here's the one where I win.
Mm-hmm.
All right. How do I send that?
Just drag and drop into Discord.
Wow. Fucking future.
I know, right? Trust me, like my boomer genes are just like bewildered. A constant state of bewilderment.
Yeah. Absolutely outstanding. Like every once in a while, I just kind of think about the fact that Slippy exists and like what is going on in the gaming industry that like just suck like one fucking or I guess like a small team of people fucking threw this shit together and functionality in like every modern game I play is just in the toilet.
It's because everything that's produced nowadays is just like really half baked. Like nobody
Yeah,
finishes a game anymore because it's all of like the frickin' like if you like this game, like support and like pre-purchase and stuff, right? Because it's like a way to get capital up a front. And like it's just stupid. I hate it.
it's awful. It really is.
Yeah, back in the day we didn't have patches, so when you released a game, it had to be done.
Yeah, shit was fucking finished. You had to press it onto a disc and ship it around the country. There's no fucking day one patch for that.
Yeah, have you sent those, by the way, or are they just like sitting in like the thing, or like what's
Oh,
going?
I dragged and dropped it into the chat there.
But you have to press. Oh, sorry, you have to press enter to like send them.
Uh,
It's like yeah. There we go. So I got one of them. I got one of them, and then yeah, I just have to do it for the other one.
okay.
But same thing. Yeah, no worries. I have been confused by things like this before, and I'll share my screen. Let me just make sure this is playing at full speed. Great. Okay, if that's really high audio, that would kill us. And okay, cool. We're starting with the one that we won. Awesome. Let me now share. So, this is kind of cool. Some casual analysis.
Ooh.
So, great tag, Justin Kang. So
Yeah,
I would
cool.
say, love this. What do you mean? You're doing the things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like he moved outside of your up air, so then you switched, and then you went for up tilt.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, this counts. Like, maybe you're not doing it consciously, but that's kind of the goal, right?
I guess so. You know, I do feel like I've been a lot better on the ledge too. Like just kind of, you know, taking my space that I can. I guess not overextending there.
Yeah. So why the down air there? Like, why pull back on the down air there when she's already in like perfect position for the fair? Like when she's on the ledge.
I'd seen her do a ton of roll-ins.
Okay, but you like when do you think you react to that though? Like when do you think that you have to commit to the down air, and when do you think you do the other stuff?
I guess I have time to like kind of sit there and yeah, like I'm looking for that over and over again.
Yeah, so like here, like when she's on the ledge, you see how like she kind of like the fast things that you always want to cover the things that happen first, right? So
Yeah.
like if she comes up with jump or like stand or something, like those are the ones that you have to be ready to react for, like initially. And then if they don't do that, then you kind of like maneuver for the other one.
Okay.
So like how that looks is you just jump, and then when you see her standing up like that, then you like fair her. And if you see her like, because she does a different animation, like a different thing for the roll and get up attack, that's when you switch gears.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, counter's so nasty there when she comes up with that turnip.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, like that makes sense. Like it's just she comes up with the turnip, she throws it at you, and then you just like counter it when she's recovering with it off stage, and like yeah, then she just like loses her stock. Good recovery. I really like how you like pulled back there on the ledge. Do you know how ledge grab did we go over how ledge grab boxes work?
I don't think we did. Oh yeah, I'd love to hear that.
Yeah. So like they're pretty straightforward, but they kind of like elucidate some of the mysteries of like how people do different recoveries.
Beautiful, beautiful word. Can you give me that one again?
Yeah, we'll show you. I just want to finish I want to finish these two games because I'm getting ideas. We're gathering ideas based on what we see. So edge grab boxes. That's one thing we'll go over, and kind of how they work and how sweet spots work with them. So that's a good starting point. Let's see here.
Wait, fucking, do I win this?
You do? So yeah, like maybe using Marth's specials a little bit more. Because I'm noticing that like you're very comfortable with his standard attacks, but there's actually a lot of spots where she throws the turnip in a way where we could totally counter it.
Cool.
So like using counter more effectively. Are there any like what about Dolphin Slash? Like his up B? Do you find I find you don't really use that one except in combos, but would you like to use it more?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, how like purposes of his specials, I think that makes some amount of sense. Shield Breaker we can include. And then what's his other one? Side B. Oh, Side B. Yeah, Side B is worth knowing. Let's see here. Yeah, like I don't really go over. You know what? It's interesting. It's how this structure is kind of coming out organically. You're playing really well here, by the way. Like this stock has been gorgeous. Like you see how you're just kind of like, okay, that was a back air, but like I know why you went for the up air because it's like she's near the back, but she just passed like the range where you could hit it, so that was good by her. But like the idea that you had was very good. It's just that they kind of did like the next step, so we had to recognize that as a back air situation, which is whatever. Basically, you both did something good. Their thing was a little better. See, that's the idea here. So you actually had the right idea there, where it's like you're crouching, so if she comes up with the fast stuff, you down tilt or jab, because like you jab on the jumpy or up tilt on the jumpy stuff, and then down tilt on the ground stuff, like on her stand, and then like get up on if she get up attacks or rolls, then you would dash grab like dash dance out of the way and grab her like there. Great use of up B. So yeah, because I think that finding more spots like that would probably be pretty cool, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the uppy, I'm starting to realize just like the speed of it in relation to like a lot of other things that you can throw up close. It's definitely got me out of like a few situations, and I feel like a lot of people I play just like don't expect him to have that.
Well, I mean, like it's risky, but it is powerful. Like it's invincible for a frame of startup. Like,
Get out of here.
Yeah, so like when he up Bs, let me grab Fight Core real quick. We'll just pause this here for a second while I show you. So fight Marth.
I did not know it had invincibility. Is there just one frame?
Yeah, but it's in a good spot, like here. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Frame 5 is invincible. Okay.
Which is also the first hit frame.
Okay.
So like at this point, he does like at this part of the animation, like all of this is like these two hitboxes are really good. Actually, no, it's just this. It's just this one that's the good one. This one. But, like, still, if the opponent's about yay far away from you, this is invincible on startup. So out of shield, this hits on 6. Because you have 1 for the jump cancel and then, like, 5 for the move. So this is actually faster than shield grabbing by a frame. And you're invincible on the active frame. So it's technically hitting... You can think of it as, like, it's acting on 6, but, like, it's only vulnerable for 5. Yeah. It's kind of like... It would be like a really good Sheik Nair, or like Samasabi. Actually, Samasabi is a better analog, but it's a little like with a twist. Actually, wait, no. Samus is invincible for 1 through 5. 1 through 5. Okay, so yeah, it really is more like a really good Sheik Nair. Oh, that was an F smash after that back air.
True.
Like that would have just killed her. Yeah. So talk to me about that neutral B. What's the idea there?
Oh no. I have to be honest, I do not know what I was thinking.
So what would you do instead? Would you just like run off and fair?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, run off fast, fall fair looks nasty there because it's just like what I don't like about specials sometimes is that like they take away some of our control because we can't fast fall or like move as freely during them as we can with aerials. But they have like really useful like when you can use their like important properties or unique properties effectively, like Marth's up B just being really strong in a place where like he normally isn't. At a timing that he normally isn't actually. That's really like the key part because a lot of people like hold away from Marth. Like stronger opponents eventually start like holding away from Marth at good times to like get to like limit their damage intake from his like fairs and stuff. So up being them like really early can be really nasty. Greedy. I don't know why you don't just... I don't know what your aversion to just going out and back airing is. Or like going off with fair, really.
Yeah, I feel like there's some characters that I'm like a lot more comfortable in doing that to. And like I'm still like a little unsure of Peach options.
Okay. So maybe that's something to look at. Peach recovery. Yeah, so I'm noticing that, like, yeah, there's a misunderstanding about when you have to actually, like, do things against her. Because I think that you have to do you think you have to do things on the sideways stuff much sooner than you have to, and much later, much sooner than you have to on those, and then much later than you have to on, like, when she's high. Or maybe I have that the other way around, but it's something like that.
It's something like that, yeah. I'm like, there's a fundamental misunderstanding of, like, the timings, I think.
Yeah, so that's good. This is good to know. Oof. The Peach isn't bad, though.
Yeah, they were actually really fun to play. I like how these games went.
Yeah, so this is like a good, I'm gonna actually go back on this one specifically because this is a good example of like not understanding her like properties. So like we have this really good like this great nair, and you go for this like wave dash forward into F smash. I don't mind the wave dash forward, but one thing I'd kind of point out, if you dash first during like before wave dashing, your character will like they'll slide forward during the Yeah, okay, never mind, you did do it. So you dashed, jumped, wave dashed, and then you went over here. So she's still really high in the air. When do you think she comes out of stun? Like, when do you think she's actionable?
Pretty early.
Yeah, so
yeah,
probably before there. Let's see if we can figure it out.
I'd say right about now she's actionable.
I would agree.
Yeah.
So after this nair, I think the wave dash was a little too... I think we had to do this wave dash way sooner. And we had to do it longer. We need to be about here. We need to be about here when she is about here.
Okay.
And then if we do that, then we can full hop fair her and push her. Like, it's not going to true combo, but it just kind of, like, beats everything she does, and she doesn't have, like, a way out of it.
Right.
Yeah. So that's, like, a big thing. You could have actually still made that work had you just, like, done the fair deeper as well, but yeah, like, we're just a little slow moving out. Well, it's like that it's not that we're slow, it's just the timing on the wave dash was, like, really late. And then we, like, ramen noodled them. Let's go. We stole the edge. Interesting. So, did you know that her umbrella doesn't have a hitbox at some point?
No.
Yeah. Right about... So, it's around there. Let me show you it on Fight Core, because I think this will make more sense. Because this is an important concept versus her.
Okay.
So, Peach Parasol in the air. Cool. Pause. And then, boom. So, she has her umbrella come out like this.
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes away. So, notice what look at what happens with her arm and her legs. So, during this entire time, until her umbrella comes back up, there is no hitbox.
Yeah.
That's almost like, that's 21 frames, so that's a third of a second. So, let's go back here. Let's see if we had an opening here, because, like, we might not have. So I think that, yeah, right now she doesn't have one. So just for a little bit. So this was another down tilt, or a short up, or like dare. Like we had to like dare on the short hop. You see what I mean?
Mm. Yeah.
Because this down tilt is perfect. So after you hit her here, what do you think that what's going through your mind here upon seeing this situation? Like, what do you think we should be doing? Like, what are some things we can be doing?
In retrospect, I think I should have just held the crouch and gone for another down tilt.
I actually like the jump. I do like the jump because it threatens to down air if she comes up early. So it basically forces her to do this.
Okay, she has the sweet spot because of that.
Yeah, because if she jumps into the down air, she loses. So she has to like give us this next down tilt, and that's actually kind of important. Because if she doesn't do if we don't do that jump, then what she can try to do is she can try to I feel like she can try to get hit by the tipper hitbox more by immediately up being, and then she actually wants to take more damage. This will sound weird, but she actually wants to get hit by a stronger hit, because she wants to use the extra hit lag frames and stuff to and the higher knockback to DI more. Right now, the more hit lag she incurs, the more she can smash DI. And the more knockback she has, the more trajectory DI she has to work with as well, off of that smash DI. So it actually compounds, it appreciates in value pretty quickly. So the down air, short hopping here is actually really good. It's just once she goes here, we had to down tilt again pretty much immediately. We had to fastball this sooner, more or less. You could also fair. Fair is not bad because you can spike her after it.
Got it.
Fair is actually probably better than down air in that specific position with where you were positioned. So, but the short hop is good. If you want to be mean to the Peach, you can also wave dash fastfall grab edge. But it's hard. It's hard, but it technically works. If she comes up early, then if she comes up early, that's kind of the time it doesn't work though, but... Interestingly, this is actually another spot I would have considered countering.
As soon as I get up there?
Shield drop counter.
Oh, cool.
Because what Peach does not swing there?
Right.
Yeah. So let's talk about counter. I think that counter is a pretty interesting move, and it actually gets used quite a bit at a high level. So let's dig into that and and his specials, as well as edge grab boxes. Edge grab boxes are actually a pretty good thing for us to look at, because they kind of merge with this idea pretty easily because of up Bs. So let me just now get this on my screen, and we can take a look. See, I guess I should use a monitor, huh? Because it will be easier to capture things. Okay, so let's see here. Marth, and we'll use Peach, sure, and we'll do FD. So, edge grabbing 101. Let's do something with the camera first. Let's do environment collision we'll need. Let's do camera advanced, and we'll do frame advanced on for just a second while I set this up. So, you can see...
Oh, are you sharing your screen?
Oh, should be. You have to click. You'll have to select the names, I think.
There we go. Got it.
So you can see this, right? So what do you notice about what these characters what do you notice about how this about what's going on, what you have on the screen? What do you think these are?
Are those the grab boxes?
Like the blue thing and
The
red
blue
thing?
red? Yeah.
Yep. So you'll notice
Um,
the blue thing needs to be like overlapping with the blue edge.
okay.
So there's going to be another one. Like if I flip around, there's going to be another edge grab box that's like this one on the other side. I think it's a different color. Like I think it's green, but I don't know why it's green and red and blue. But like whatever. This game was made in like very interesting ways. You'll notice if I so the rules on grabbing the edge in this game are simple. You have to be falling. If I'm rising and the blue box is like overlapping the blue area, then I will not grab the edge. I have to be actually falling. And then I just need like the top edge of it to like overlap with the other part, with the top edge of it. You see what I mean? Like if I don't go up all the way, like if I'm down here, I don't make it.
Mm-hmm.
So does this make sense so far?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now here's the next cool part. So why would knowing this, what do you think a sweet spot is?
So if the up B just kind of gets like directly level with the edge, so there's just like the smallest amount of fall before you catch it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like I'm not there, close. No. There you go. Like that wasn't perfect, but like you can kind of see what the idea is.
Mm-hmm.
And like this would not be good. Like the other cool thing is now knowing that, why would somebody hug the wall? Like why would somebody like recover near the wall then?
Well, it offers a little bit of protection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Teching.
And teching, yeah. So.
Because, like, if I'm this close to the wall, like, it's better for me to, like, generally recover, like, over here if I actually make it to the ledge. Like, see what I mean? Like, there's a lot of distance we can get that we can keep. Like, we can essentially space our recovery more effectively by being further out here. Because we don't actually have to, like... Let me actually make the camera zoom. And then we'll do frame advance real quick. And then camera mode, zoom. And we'll do frame advance Z. So you see how, like, I'm actually kind of far away from the edge?
Yeah, and you snapped a little bit.
Yeah, so this is one of the advantages of sweet spotting. So if, like, we're fighting somebody who has, like, a down tilt that's trying to edgeguard us, for example, and it doesn't actually go below the ledge all that much, this is a way that you can fight back against those. So maybe not versus Marth specifically, but, we can think, or, like, maybe not versus Marth or Yoshi, but we can certainly think of characters who have down tilts that fit that bill. Like, even Sheik probably can't hit that one with her down tilt or down smash. Like, that's one of the advantages to this recovery. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Perfect. So, if we're not doing this recovery, like, so the advantage to teching is more against characters like Yoshi and Marth, where, like, their powerful, like, moves allow them to, like, hit us even when we're recovering over here.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, their moves hit low enough, so they just can. So in that case, we might want to use the wall for defense. With that in mind, can you think of a reason why somebody might do a recovery more like this? Like a more upwards one, like that?
I think, again, if, like, they're trying to dodge something, like if someone's putting an attack right at the ledge,
Yeah, exactly.
you can outspace it a little bit and fade back in for the grab.
Yeah, exactly. And you'll notice, like, let's actually zoom out again. It did it? Okay, normal. We'll just do normal. Because we know where things are. You'll notice that as soon as he starts falling, assuming I do it right, like, and overlaps the edge, he's going to, like, snap to it pretty much immediately. See what I mean? So this is kind of like a vertical sweet spot, like, where you have, like, the bottom edge of the, grab box, almost, like, diagonal with the top edge of the ledge. This is a really common thing with, like, it's not really something Marth does specifically, but it is something that space animals do a good amount of the time. Because their up B works the same way, it's just they're, like, traveling in a line, so when they approach the edge while descending, they've met the requirements of the edge snap. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Nice. So this is actually a pretty handy recovery against characters who, like, hog the ledge but don't stall well, because you see, we go a little bit above them, and then this entire time we're coming down, like, if we put Peach on the ledge here, let's actually bring her over. CPU mode, or control. Let's do safe positions, and we'll have her then record, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, roll. Okay, let's mess that up. Wait, nope, can't hit her. So you see what I mean? Like, it's not... So, yeah.
Yeah.
She rolls through...
Yeah, she's not good at refreshing, so you can kind of spend, like, a little bit of time in that range there, I guess, right?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
So, that's how edge grabs... This is basically how edge grabs work. You have like low sweet spot, which is down here when they're basically parallel with each, or like when they're basically like at level with each other, and then you have the alternative, which is the alternative, which is vertical, which is coming in from above, and then you've got like kind of squeezing like this. Those are like kind of, I know that PewPew says there's a fourth one, and I just don't remember which one it is, but I can link you the video on that if you want to take a look at it. He goes into this stuff in more detail. He's like. His recovery is probably better than mine, so I'm not... Yeah. That said, let's now... Does this all make sense? Or... Yeah. Okay, great. And you can see the different...
I was gonna say, like, I feel like a lot of the stuff, like, this is maybe one advantage I've had from just, like, playing this game for a long time, is that, like, a lot of this is, like, pretty intuitive. Like, I don't think I was ever had words to, like, articulate all these concepts, but, like, these all just... They feel very familiar as I'm seeing them.
Great. Okay, cool. So with that in mind, let's maybe move on to something let's move on to Marth specials. So, counter. What do you think counter is? We see counter being used a lot more at high level these days. Why do you think people use it? What are the pros and cons of it?
Like fairly fast.
Do you know how fast?
You've told me this before. I believe it's 5. It's no 4.
I think it's 5, but we'll check.
Okay.
Yep, 5.
Got it.
But what's cool is the Lister on fighter collision. It covers a lot of space.
Yes.
Like, his leg sticks out. That's not why you sometimes get burned by, like, firefoxes and stuff. But, like, you can see that, like, this is a huge amount of area that it covers. And there's, like, even tricks you can do with it, like, too. Like, see what I mean? Like, we're tucking, like, with this kind of setup, we're tucking, like, the part that's open out of the way, which is, like, and we're also, like, pushing the hitbox, like, further down. Like, let me do advanced, and let's just move over here. So, I think, yeah. So, let's just say here, no, I did that wrong. But you can see what I mean. Like, it's just, Y and C stick, so this should... Oh, because it's in frame advance. Well, wait, no, it's because I'm dumb. It's because I swapped the button. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Okay, there we go. So this is how you pan. So let's actually look at how much lower this hits with this, because this is kind of neat. So we're below here, and if we ledge hop counter, you can see it actually kind of goes through the stage. So we've got our leg tucked out of the way nicely. Like, I'm just going to turn this off and then this on. So we've got our leg tucked out of the way, like nice and protected by the stage, like by the interior part of the stage. But the actual hitbox that we're using, like the part of, like the counter box, I guess, that we're using to protect, ourselves, because of how big counter is, we're putting it actually off stage, like slightly below it. This is part of why it's such a, you might have seen Marth players like double jumping into counter, like Zane specifically for certain edge guards, near the edge. This is why he's doing that. It's because right? That makes sense.
Yeah.
In addition to that, let's say you're getting pressured by somebody in this kind of position. Do you have like another move that like deals with like do you have another move that like deals with some of these threats? Like, let's say Peach is like right on you like here, and you can just get like a move out. Like, if she's naring, you probably can't actually do anything, but counter covers your whole body. And in a way that your other moves do not. Because if you have time to get like your fair out, but your fair hits up here like to start, like up, like all the way up, like at that corner area, that doesn't really help you in a lot of those situations. So counter kind of like works in a pinch in those. And finally, it's just kind of like, it's a really good surprise attack. Like, it is actually, if the opponent does not have their jump, and is pressured into like trying to like defend themselves against Marth on their way back. Like let's say she's off stage like there. Okay, she's doing her stupid computer peach thing. Let's turn that off. Cool. So she comes back. Let's just have her ghetto off again. Like, you can kind of, like, deal with a lot of her turnips and things like that with this kind of move in a way that, like, your other moves might struggle with, because we can't stop a projectile and, like, an attack with a lot of Marth's stuff just because of, like, the low swing duration, among other things. So it gives you counterplay in a lot of really interesting ways. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Could you think of any spots in Against the Peach that kind of came up, other than the turnip, like the ones I pointed out, like the turnip being thrown at you during recovery, like when she was recovering off stage and you could have, like, countered the turnip and then hit her after. Other than stuff like that, can you think of any spots where this might have been helpful? This might have been handy.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of situations when I'm playing Peach, I feel like, where I'm like getting juggled, but I am still actionable. I just don't really have a tool to get down with.
Perfect. Now, one thing that like messes up using counters sometimes is you'll notice that he kind of like doesn't fast fall. So if I'm fast falling like this, it kind of like slows us down. So one of the reasons why we're actually okay with using it versus Peach, and Falco and Marth are also characters I would say counter's pretty good against in general. In like niche, there are more situations that conform to counter being good versus them, and a lot of it just has to do with their range, like their vertical range. Like Marth because of his sword, Falco because of his jumps, Peach because of her turnips, and because of she tends to like jump really far to try to cover stuff like this. Like when you're coming out of combos and like use like your side B or your double jump, like they don't make you go that much higher initially, so she kind of overshoots at those spots, if that makes sense. Because, like, it's not like she'll, like, if Peach is, like, dash attacking Marth, I'll take control of her for a second. No. Yeah, over here. Cool. Save positions. We'll just have him do this. Record. No, just control is fine. Like, she won't aim her dash attack, like, here. She'll just, or, like, sorry, her up air, like, there. She'll kind of do, like, that, you know what I mean? Like, kind of that thing. So you can see how she goes further past him. It's because she's trying to catch the jump a lot of the time.
Got it.
Or hit the side. So
counter's kind of perfect. Yeah, so counter's kind of perfect for that, because like you don't reposition, you stay.
Bingo.
In that area, okay.
It also makes sense why it probably isn't good versus Sheik and Falcon, because what they do is they put their moves right below you, so then if you suddenly slow down in the air, their attack misses, or like they're descending while you're getting ready to swing, so they can actually like block it if it doesn't just miss outright. Because of just how they kind of like do. It's because of how they happen to structure their stuff. It winds up working a lot less versus them.
I see.
Yep, and then on top of that, there's the punishment side. Like if Peach, Falco, and Marth, like, you know, you miss counter against them, while they do have heavy punishes, they don't instantly vaporize you in most cases. But Sheik and Falcon, Fox, like, they absolutely can. So...
And, like, yeah, any one of those characters, like, being grabbed against them is brutal.
Or if they just give them their best hit, like, God, can you like, giving Sheik or Falcon a free down air at the right percent, or Fox, like, a falling up air or shine? Like, blech.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dolphin Slash. So, all of that probably makes sense for, like, counter. I know you've used a little bit, but can you kind of, like, see some of the factors that go into, like, making it work a little bit more clearly, or is it, like, still, like, kind of fuzzy?
No, I think I definitely see some more spaces where I can thread it in.
Yeah, because, like, it's good for recovery if the opponent has to hit you as part of their thing, but, like, they can kind of do it in two waves, like a projectile, then their hit, then their recovery, then their hit can be good there. Can be good in disadvantage state, good versus projectiles at times, especially if they're trying to come in after. And yeah, good panic button if you have nothing left. So, Dolphin Slash. Something I want to ask is, if I hit... One of the good things about Dolphin Slash is also one of the bad things about Dolphin Slash. Let me ask you, do you think that the Peach ever dies here if I Dolphin Slash her right now?
Not really.
I would agree with that. Like, there's, like, unless she has the worst DI of all time, like, she's basically always making it back. Even with the worst DI of all time, I'm pretty sure she can make it back. I just turned off her, like, recovery stuff. So, with that in mind, let's let me see here, because yeah, she's definitely gonna live this. Easy. Having said that, let's now put her to 0. How far do you think that she's gonna go at 0? We'll put her in no DI for this.
Like a decent chunk, like probably, yeah.
Yeah. So what I would say here is like, she doesn't really. This move doesn't really have like a lot of knockback scaling, which is
It's high base knockback. Is that right?
Yes. Good use of the term. So like you'll see, it doesn't really change all that much when I'll put on like even 20%. Like this is not going to send that different than the previous one. So this is kind of the benefit of the move, but also like it has. This is why it's preferred with like with gimping space animal FBs a lot of the time, because it doesn't really matter when you do it on them. They're still going to die. It also is why it's not usually used all that much versus floaties at low percents, unless you're doing a DI mix-up, because they can just, like, you know, even on no DI, that she just makes that back. Yeah. So, let's also talk about the weak hit. What do you think the weak hit is used for? Like this part.
I don't know. Like, just kind of like flicking her up a little bit?
It's more used versus fast fallers. So let's go to Armada Shine training. So let me show you something. Let's go to Battlefield. Yeah, Battlefield's a good level for this. When do you think like his up B is tackable?
Or tackable, so like you hit him and then...
Yeah, like if I hit him into the wall.
Oh, it's not, is it?
It is not. So I'm messing. So okay, this is a good one. No. But yeah, like if I one of the things that people do with it sometimes, although it's hard here, is hitting Fox under the stage. Because like if I get him at the right spot,
and it just pushes him into the lip like that.
Exactly. So that's like it's hard to like kind of like do it on these guys because they're just kind of programmed to like DI like recover in a way that like humans don't really. But yeah, like the weak hit here, it doesn't really like it's not really techable for like a long time. It is eventually. But yeah, as you can see, this is like it's just is what it is. They're kind of recovering at very sideways angles, which is kind of annoying, but you can imagine, like, on FD how this would be useful, right? Like, especially when you have Fox riding the wall there. Yeah, you can just kind of, like, gently push him into the wall, which is quite strong, and it leads to, like... It's kind of how Mewtwo King did a lot of his old-school gimps.
Uh-huh.
So, like, if they're hugging the wall, like, a lot of times that's one of your lines of play. See what I mean?
Yep.
So, the weak hit, I would also kind of comment that you might have seen, like, Zane or, like, really it's Zane, Ossify, it's really those two that do this at all. The up B edge cancel. Have you ever seen them, like, kind of against floaties on, like, Dreamland go for that?
Yep.
Do you know how to do that? Do you want to know how to do that?
Yes. Because I was playing around with it the other day, and I was having a lot of trouble with it.
So the trick is that you have to actually let the move like finish in the air. It's not like a direct edge cancel like this. It's not a direct edge cancel like this, where like you land on the edge and like slide off with momentum. You actually have to have Marth like enter special fall, and then you're just using his air mobility.
Okay.
So like as an example, I don't know if I'll get it right away, but I think it's about here. No, a little too far. But you can see how he's like moving at the end, right? Mm-hmm. Like, or like drifting forward, and that's really what you're edge canceling. So I don't really know how to do this perfectly, but you can kind of get the idea. Damn it, went too far. Let's try this last one. Nope. Okay. That said, it's handy because like it gives you a way to harass people all the way up there. Close. Maybe no. Okay. You'll have. This is the type of thing you'd have to probably play around with, but it is the key to it is to finish the move first. Enter special fall, and then like you want to coordinate it so that when you are entering special fall and moving forward, you're like able to then get it. So I think that one would have worked had I held forward. Let's try this again. Close. So not quite there. There we go. So the timing is somewhat like the positioning is somewhat tight. It probably makes sense to kind of like use standard spots, like just to get started, or find some like places where it works and kind of like use those as a reference point. But yeah, it's like ideally you want to like you could also try to like do it like where you like can double jump into it, like or like dash jump into it. Like I don't know how you do that, but something like that maybe, and then drift forward. But that would be one way that you can use that. I wouldn't spend too much time on that one unless you just really want to do it, though. The more important things are definitely using the power hit as like a DI mix-up in combos early. It's really common to do it after stuff like this. You've probably seen that before, right?
Yeah.
So why do you think this works? Like, what does the down air normally lead to?
Grab.
Right, and where do you DI Marth's grab usually at low percent?
Away.
Right, exactly. So it's like, boom. So it's like, they get ready to DI, and then you do that. Now, she's DIing weird. There we go. Oh, she's smash DIing. That's why. That's why. You can see how that would be beneficial, yes?
Yes.
Yeah. Like, let's actually have her just do no DI. Because this, we're actually custom, yeah. So we'll do no DI and then away. No. There we go. Like, that is a very manageable edge guard.
Yeah.
So, like, that's a way that you can actually set up, like, kills early on versus floaties. It's not really used otherwise, because if you do not get good DI, if you do not manipulate their DI in some way, or use it kind of, like, as a surprise, the standard combo DIs, like, just basic, like, the standard combo and survival DIs will generally be pretty good against it. Yeah. So it needs to be a bit of a call out on when somebody is using like when somebody's holding out in some way, while also not looking for OMSA tech, because then that can also backfire pretty hard.
Yeah, I did notice that in like a lot of times when I was playing Sheiks, they in particular seem to be very good at that.
Yeah. So what do you do? What do you think you do about OMSA techs?
Grab, go for something that's got like way less lag on it. Yeah.
Do you know how to do like OMSA? Do you know how to do OMSA like tech traps with it?
I'm not sure exactly what you mean. No.
Okay, that's fine. So let's have So what do you know about teching? Can someone just tech every single hit forever and forever and forever?
No.
Why not?
Alright, wait, what are we talking about here? Just like any kind of like grounded hit?
Yeah, like if somebody like keeps down to like if I have this Sheik like hold down like so, and I make them like and I hit them with like say this forward smash, and I make them do neutral tech tech towards like on OMSA tech. If I just keep hitting them here with like forward tilt over and over again, can they like do this forever?
Oh, I guess yes.
Okay. Can a human do that forever?
Hey, probably pretty close to it these days.
What if I do that?
And it's because the knockback sends upwards?
Yep. So this is like what we'd consider like this is kind of like a tech trap of sorts. There's other ones you can do like where you do like this. Because it's a computer and it's going to do it perfectly. It's gonna like time 20 frames in advance perfectly, or maybe it's hard coded. I'm not sure how they built this, but generally like there's a tech lockout window, right? So if you input for tech, you can tech on the next 1 to 20 frames, but then you cannot tech on the next 21 to 40 frames. Okay. So there's like that's how a lot of people get like forced into knockdown traps. So another thing that people do is like stuff like this, where they like kind of like hit them with something like fair, and then do
weaken into something strong. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See what I mean? Like this is a common one for sure. The other thing here is like you can just like using like this move is like something like using this kind of 1-2 punch like that. There we go. I kind of like saw it there sort of. See what I mean? So like that kind of 1-2 punch is another way that you can kind of combat this. So normally when you're doing this, I imagine that she gets on stage, you're about to do like let's actually make her higher so that she's a little more cooperative here. Put her at 110. So normally when Sheik recovers on stage, I bet you do something like this.
Yep.
So what do you think so the change is? So we just like get on stage like so. And then, okay, it would be like weak fair, and then we do it. Like that, kind of. Or like weak fair F smash, or like that. Because the idea is that like you're hitting them close together. You're hitting them close enough together so that the Sheik can't tech the next one. It's precise, but it works.
Mm-hmm.
Some people will be able to like tech repeatedly though, so again, this is where other options like the down smash we showed you can be quite handy. Make sense?
Yep.
Or just use something even stronger, because eventually they can't OMS attack after a certain point. Even these ground moves are not OMS attackable. Because there's just too much knockback. See, because like it works by like having the ASDI down, like the ASDI or the automatic smash DI like cling to the ground just barely, and while they're like getting hit, and then they like they just tack off the ground. But it reaches a point where where the sheer force of the knockback breaks that like hold, and that's why he goes off. That's why she goes off with the tipper there.
Okay. Like she just leaves the ground too quickly.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
There's also like weird stuff that happens with their like environment collision boxes, but basically all you need to know on that one, although I can send you a video on that. But the thing to know there is that sometimes characters, depending on what animation they're in, when they tech roll and stuff, part of their body's considered off the stage. So you can also use that, but it doesn't really change the rules of the situation per se, if people use correct defense. It just means that like the percentages are different. Like values are different, but the situation itself hasn't changed, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So like all of this will still work, it'll just work slightly different. It'll work slightly sooner, basically, if they have that property.
Yeah.
With that, I can't really think of Shield Breaker. Why do you go for so much Shield Breaker? Like, why do you go for this falling thing?
I think like the times where I like to use it, it's just because I feel like I can't reach with another move.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so which move do you think has more range, your fair or your Shield Breaker?
Shield breaker.
Okay, let's test that. So will I hit with Shield Breaker from here? No.
Oh.
Okay, Sheikah's kind of weird for this because of like how she like bobs, but whatever. So we barely get it. Fair will miss. So if fair will miss, does that mean that we have to go for Shield Breaker?
Nope.
1 second after. So what's the advantage? Why are we going for Shield Breaker when why? So do you? I'm not sure how to ask this. So other than the reach, does Shield Breaker provide any benefit in those like free fall situations?
I guess like not really. Aside from like a bit more coverage, like the range as well as I feel like the hitbox size and duration are longer.
Okay, those are fair. No. That is valid because yeah, this is out for like a pretty long time.
Yeah.
Like compared to this, which I believe is only out for 4, something like that. Like for 4, something like that.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that in mind, though, there's one. This allows you to fast fall. So you're like this allows you to fast fall and double jump. So I feel like it still has like more effective range in a lot of ways. Do you know what I mean? Because it also like by being faster, we also don't have to commit to it as early. Like, I feel like back air will hit in a lot of the same spots that, like, Shield Breaker will hit, but I feel like we wouldn't necessarily go for, like, back air. Maybe I'm wrong, actually. Oh, no, it still hits. See what I mean? Like, but, like, we can kind of agree that, like, fair is still probably the better move to go for in those kinds of spots. So I'm just curious as, like, is it because you can go off facing forward?
Yeah, I think it's part of it.
Okay. Back air turns you around at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you could still do, like, something... You could still get, like, similar benefits with something like that, and then, like, still be able to, like, go into fairs and, like, up Bs and stuff after, like that. So I'm just curious as to why the Shield Breaker appeals so much.
There's definitely a bit of a cool factor.
Okay, that's totally fine. I can work with that. I need to
Okay.
know that, though. So here's what I
I
would say.
like it.
Okay, no. This is fine. So what I would say here is Shieldbreaker is Shieldbreaker's cool factor is more useful when the opponent is somewhere between like these around these platform heights off stage, because you really want them above you. See what I mean? Like if we look at where the hitbox covers, it's really mainly more above you compared to the relatively speaking. If they're below you, we actually really care about the fact that it's also a neutral special, so that isn't Fox's laser. So because of that, he can't fast fall during it. Whereas you can with Fair, because like with you Fair, you can like put it up here, but you can also like quickly be down here. So like for downwards things, the Fair is just better. But for upwards, for things above you or in front of you, neutral B is fine. But it is like, it does have a really big handicap below it, even though it looks like it shouldn't, because you can't actually like adjust like that. Does this make sense?
Yes.
So I'm not saying don't do it, I'm saying do it appropriately. Is that fair?
Yep.
Great. Side B, I think, like, as an old school player, you probably just know. Do you want to go over it, or are like, you good on it?
I think it's good to go over it, because I don't use the other directions very much.
Sure, so, like, what directions do you, like, not use?
Pretty much all of them, except for just the side one.
Okay, cool. So, weirdly enough, I think that, like, the characters that, like, Side B... I'm not sure... So, Side B is the move I know the least amount of... Like, it's the move I know the least amount about... Actually, yeah, like, let's do Fox first. Similar to... So, you've seen people probably go off stage with, like, well, its main use is Side B up tilt. So, like, actually, let's grab a floaty. Let's do Jigglypuff. Sure. Main thing with it Side B is that it is like a good way to kill floaties. We're just going to turn her DI off for a second so that we can kind of see how this works. And none, and let's say, what percent do you think it'll work at?
Side B up tilt?
Yeah.
On her, say in the 90s.
Let's put her to 90 and see what we do. That looks about right. What I want to point out though is like, look at how like she kind of goes like... It's not like, it's, maybe it is the same knockback. Okay, this one is like, this one kept her closer, I think. Like, I don't think she went as high off it. Am I crazy? Or does it look all the same to you?
I think it is all the same.
Okay.
If I remember right, I think I'm taking a look at this hitbox before. He doesn't have multiple for this one, does he?
I think you're right, actually. Yeah, because I don't see any different. My fighter collision will know. So there are multiple hitboxes, but they could just have the same properties. But yeah, so we have like, there's obviously like spacings where like you get the tipper, but like that's kind of like one of its main purposes. Aside from that, I would say there's kind of like this upward hit that like we see a little bit more. Not usually versus this character, but you can see how like this kind of like puts floaties into like a weird position. Like if you're not like if you're not sure how you're going to kill them, I feel like you would do this one even higher. Like where you like when you're at the point where like Side B up tilt is like really like awkward, because like it puts them in a better like juggle state. You know what I mean? Compared to like yeah. So I feel like the upward hit is like kind of good for like stuff. I see Zane do this kind of thing a lot. Not a lot, but in spots where it looks like he doesn't really have a good way of like dealing with like the floaty otherwise.
Yeah, just puts him in a bad position.
Yeah. A lot of times that's kind of what Marth does. Like, he's like, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with this, but I'm going to just, like, put you into a spot where my sword beats your stuff, and then see what you do. Yeah. I've seen Kadoran using Side B versus Donkey Kong a lot. I don't know if it's good, but it makes some amount of sense, I think, with his back air being what it is. I feel like my concern with it is always like, well, what if he like what if he just doesn't like yeah, let's take control of him. Like, what if he just doesn't do this, right? What if he oh wait, that was record there. 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, what if he just doesn't swing? Like, what if he like lands on the ground and the ASDI downs, you know? But I see people using against this with the monkey. I don't know how to feel about it. Aside
It
from
does have some kind of weird property. I remember hearing about this at some point, where it's like it's not even maybe it's like not considered like a physical move or something, or like his hurt box doesn't really extend out when he's using it. It's got some kind of strange sort of like invulnerability. I feel like
oh, transcendent priority.
transcendent priority. Okay.
So basically what it means is that, like, if we have Donkey Kong doing, like, something that isn't, like, an aerial, if he was doing, say, like, oh, let's have him do, like, forward tilt. So normally, if he is doing these attacks, they're gonna clank. But... yeah, like, it doesn't clank.
Okay.
So, it's kind of like Ness's dash attack, but that's another thing like this, or Falco's laser, in that it just doesn't interact with other moves. Okay. So, what happens here in this situation, let's turn Fighter Collision on. All that matters is, like, whose move hits somebody's hurt box. See what I mean? Like, even as he's coming out, and his hitbox is clearly out, we're not clanking. But if I do jab...
I see.
Yeah, so this is kind of like, this is just like part of like his move properties.
So does that clank happen when two hitboxes hit each other, but no like hurt boxes are contacted?
Oh no, we can definitely have hurt boxes contact. Like here, let me. Like, there's no way that like we're not hitting each other with like how big our hitboxes are, like at some like with overlap, right? Yeah. But because the hitbox is connecting with another hitbox and they're close enough in power, like they're within 9 damage, or less of each other, then yeah, it just doesn't matter. But with that in mind, if I come back here, if I do more than if more than 9 damage separate us, then my move just like they will clank, but mine will not.
Cool.
So this is why you'll see sometimes you'll try to like jab to stop Fox from up smashing you, and then he'll just like plow through it and kill you. Yep. This is why that happens.
Got it.
Because it's based on damage. But
so cool.
Yeah. Now I'm missing these, but that should make some amount of sense. The reason for transcendent priority is like it allows you to like compete with ground moves. So like if he's doing stuff like this and you see him throwing out limbs, you can just like actually like. You can actually just counter hit him with stuff like that, the way that you would with an aerial. So that is kind of interesting. The one problem with it is that you're still ultimately doing like side B against somebody who's on the ground, which is like very 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 ASDI downable. But there are reasons to do it, like especially if you're not planning on like pursuing that situation, or like you're just dash dancing over here, like. Because he's also really far from you, right? So this is like, it's a way to like poke and like maybe take stage, because like I'm not even close to him and I was able to like scout that, right? So yeah. There is value in that.
It's neat that you can kind of hold that much distance too. Like you could dash dance and just go into a standing still move. Yeah, that's neat.
Yeah, like, and you know what, honestly, maybe this is kind of like the logic, because like, if I had him doing back air previously, but like, maybe this is kind of like what Kodoran like sees in it. Like you're just kind of like spacing over here. So then if like you're not like ever like going near him.
Yeah.
It's like yeah. And it's just like matter of hit confirming. I do think the down hit is like kind of interesting because it does like have like it is a meteor. I don't think it's like terribly practical like in a lot of cases, but it is kind of cool that it like knocks down like super early. I would say that for the fourth hit, just don't do the bot down one.
Yeah, it looks stupid.
Like the upwards one is like fine. The upward one is fine, and like the forward one is good. See what I mean? Like, it catches people, like, out of, like, a lot of standard defense options and panic buttons, and like, that's okay, but, like, I would shy away from everything else. I would shy away from, like, the pokey one. Like, that one is terrible. Don't do it.
Yeah, it looks so bad.
Yeah. Well, it's, like, a multi-hit and has, like, a ton of telegraph stuff in front of it. Like, it's, yeah, terrible. Absolutely terrible. Nothing redeeming. I'm trying to think of what else. I don't know. We've covered a lot of conceptual stuff. Like, what do you want to do now?
Maybe just jump into a game.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah,
that.
I do really like doing the match analysis like of my own games together. Yeah, because I think I was saying like the last time, like a lot of times when I'm getting like notes while I'm playing, like simple stuff I can apply and sort of like keep a lookout for. But when it comes to like actually looking at like positions or how I got to a place or like maybe where I should have been instead, like that stuff's really difficult for me to like follow while I'm playing.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you want to do more of that stuff, just tell me. Like,
Yeah,
we can.
yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. So, do you want to play, or do you want to do more? Do you want to analyze those like more games? Because we can play a bit.
Uh, let's see how much time do we got here.
We got 40.
Oh yeah, we
We
got a
got
bit.
Yeah, we got 38 minutes.
Yeah, well then maybe it's knock out like 4 or 5 games and then just sort of take it from there.
Yeah, like we'll not let's find somebody on unranked. We'll play with them for a bit, and then we'll like maybe take a look at the games, and then kind of go from there.
Yes.
Because yeah, if we were analyzing them fresh, then I think that would be good.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Perfect. So I've passed you the spectator code, and we just let me know when you're in the game.
Okay. And see, I open it up first and then add the spectator code, right?
Yep. And then it should be start broadcast, and then we should be cooking.
Okay, it says connected.
Perfect. So I'm loading now, and let me know when you're in a game.
Searching. Connecting.
What are we up against?
Not sure yet. It's taking a second to load in. Nope, searching again.
I don't know how, but it's going to be Luigi.
Connecting. Cotton Rue. Marth.
Okay. I can see it. We're good. So Marth, remember, this one is like right, exactly. F smash is a lot better in this one, and like grab is really good. And dash attack, like all the overshoots are like really good basically, because they're also like longer range pokes in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm. Oops. Let's try pass full fair.
Use your C stick for those.
Ah.
It makes the control easier. I guarantee it.
Nice.
How much what do you use your C stick for usually?
Aerial, forward smash.
Okay. Do you use it for the pivot forward smashes?
Yes.
Those are easier with the A button.
Interesting. Oh no.
Yeah. So the reason why is because A button plus stick is a 3-frame window, whereas C stick, because it's not considered like an analog stick input, like it's not the control stick basically. It has a 1-frame window. It has to do with how the game reads the analog inputs. So I would say that like aerials, like rising aerials are usually easier with A, and then anything else with the air that isn't neutral air is usually easy. I find it's like better to use the C stick where possible. Like instant air, if you have to do an aerial instantly, A button is just like right there. But yeah, let's fight this guy again if he'll give us.
Hey.
For this, just play it. Yeah, don't worry about me though. Just do your thing. Don't be so timid.
Okay.
You're like, yeah, you're waiting. You're just waiting too long. You have to have confidence.
Yes, coach.
Were you good at sports?
Some of them.
So yes. Which ones did you vibe with?
Basketball and baseball.
Oh, that's sick. So team sports.
Yeah, most often.
That's awesome.
Yeah, lately I've been trying to get into. Oh, sorry. Let me focus on.
No worries. Remember, confidence. Because like this guy's good, but we can beat him.
Oh God, what's happening? Oh. I'm gonna take one more.
Yeah. If they DI into your down throw, that means just if you throw them behind you and they DI into your down throw, re-grab them. Don't like
Okay.
Like a lot of times you'll run off in fair and stuff. Just re-grab them or F smash them or like short up fair. Like you don't have to run off the fair and against Marth. Because he doesn't fall fast enough for that.
Okay.
It's when they DI away you have to do it. If you want. Well, you can do it. You don't have to. You can do other stuff. But nicely done.
Thank you. I used the sound cue.
Amazing. Destroyed. If you beat him here, play until one of you. If you beat him in this game, play until one of you has 3. So he'd be 2-1.
Okay.
Because I can tell you're getting your. I want to see if you're getting your. Like, I want to see something here.
True.
Were you waiting for the audio cue on the edge guard? With the down tilt?
That time?
Like the one on the right side. Because he just kind of like double jumped inward and was able to make it. So if they can do that, you want to just like attack. You want to attack them like as they come up. So remember the edge grab bit. When they're falling and they're close to the edge, it's already too late. So you have to get them either like before. They have to get them when they're further out or before they start falling. One of the two.
Oh no! Oh no!
Nice sweet spot.
Thank you.
You used the edge grab thing.
Yep.
That was really good. Remember how it affects offense too, though. So like, if he's recovering off stage and you're trying to like get him as he's falling to the edge, remember that's too late because he'll grab the edge, he'll snap. So you have to get him like while he's either further back or while he's still coming up. See how that you did it there. See like how he hadn't begun falling yet from his up B? That's why that works.
Yeah.
Did he leave? Oh no, he's still here. Good.
No. Slippery.
Nice. Very nice. Beautiful. If you want that to work, stall a little bit more. You want to get them into a rhythm with their down tilts and stuff.
Oh, I knew I should have dared again.
Your play was fine. You could have made that work. It's just like I think you just had too many things on your mind, like that you were trying to do.
Mm-hmm. No, bad sweet spot. No sweet spot.
Yeah, we messed up. It happens. Sometimes it's easier to attack in those spots. Nice.
That made sense, right?
Yeah, of course it did.
Yeah.
It worked. And, like, it was tactically sound. Like, basically you use the neutral B to cover, like, the space above and in front of you, and it hits him away, unlike fair. So, like, you're pushing him, basically. Yeah, and then, like, you have, like, the up tilt ready to back it up. No, it makes sense. Perfect sense.
Oh, no.
Alright. That's good by him. He did adjust. I thought he might. Alrighty. So, do you want to take a look at those? Or do you want to keep playing?
Let's see. Yeah, let me find another one.
Sure. You played really well. I was impressed.
Thank you.
I don't
What?
think-
Maybe, you know?
Is this like a terrible connection, Kirby?
Yeah.
It's not even the Kirby, just it's the connection. Let's like not fight the terrible connection, Kirby.
Okay.
Like, I think it actually can be good to like do like short sessions with them to like just kind of like touch up on the basics of them because you don't need tons of time, but it is good to know what their important moves are. But like if it's so choppy, I'm noticing it, then that's no. Like.
I should have done it again.
Yep. Yeah, you can just jab twice.
Yeah. I didn't expect that to tip her.
Oh yeah, no, Marth's moves are like a mystery. Well, I mean, like, I know how they work, but, like, I also, like, teach this game professionally, so... I feel like... So with tippers, a lot of them... I don't know. Remember that they're just... The thing to remember is they're bubble-shaped. Like, the hitboxes in this game are bubble-shaped. So it's like, it just happens to be, like, what bubbles they happen to be touching, and yeah, it's not really about, like, the shape of the sword, it's about, like, the bubble around it. Or in Roy's case, you know, the bubbles around the pool noodle.
Bubbles around, yeah. Oops, I was trying to up earlier.
Love that jab. That's well timed. I like that. Do or nair? Yeah. It's like, we're still not, like, yeah, more nair good. Like, nair, take hit, fair. Like, take hit, take laser, fair after nair is, like, good. Because you just don't fast fall to fair. Like, you just...
Oh, shut up, dude.
I like the idea. You had to go. You just had to go sooner, but like, yeah, the idea was good. That's like that is the kind of spot you could do it in.
All right.
I feel like this guy is not a big enough challenge for us to really extract much against.
Yeah.
Let's fight somebody else.
Okay.
I want to see you versus somebody who has like almost as much range as Marth, or more range, like Ganondorf. I want to see how that goes.
Okay. I feel like I've played a number of Ganondorfs in the last little while for whatever reason.
Another Marth Ditto is good. Because like I feel like there's like certain things about his range that like I feel like you're getting the hang of a lot of things, but there's like a couple like concepts with his range that are like just not being, yeah, they're just not, the uptake isn't like happening at the same rate. I'm just curious as to why. Nice. Lol.
All right.
Improvised tactics. Down, like, see how he was like spamming down tilt there? That's a good counter time.
Got me.
Mm-hmm. Good timing. Oh my god, deleted.
Ouch!
Did you use the A button for that one?
No, I actually used the C stick for that one.
You know what? If you find it easier with C stick, use C stick. Fight this guy for maybe 2 more, and then we'll break things down. Maybe 2, 3 more, and we'll break things down.
Okay.
I'm thinking the matches versus the other Marth are probably more productive, but like this guy seems okay. He just looks like he had a bad first game because like he just died to some. He died to some silly nonsense that we hit him with. Never mind. Maybe he just dies to it all the time.
Whoops.
No, it's all good. You think I care about that SD? No, I care about the fact that you just did the thing. Interesting. What was the dash attack? Was it a fair or?
Yeah, it was there.
Oh, I would have up tilted, I think, in that spot. Brought him behind me, or popped him up. Because we're already at the edge, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's fun to combo them across the stage, but is it the best use of our energy? Like, the edge is right there.
Oh, God, that wasn't coming out.
Is that C-stick, or...?
Yeah.
Interesting. Do you find C-stick harder to use? Like, do you have, like, big hands or something, or...?
Oh, I got really tiny hands.
Okay.
Oops. Oh no. I was trying to fast funnel edge. Dude, it's gonna hit.
Counter.
True.
Like, I don't know if it saves us, but it's better than nothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Yui survived that.
Interesting. Oh, wow.
You went for, like, a super deep sweet spot.
Mm-hmm.
I respect it. I think that's probably what you gotta do there. Because, like, with Yoshi's stories, like, slopes and stuff, like, yeah, you have to do something. Either that or we play for tech, but he just doesn't have to give us tech because of Marth's down tilt, so it's just, yeah, you kind of have to do something. Fucking Mickey Mouse matchup.
That's so dumb.
It is. I mean, like, have you seen Zane versus Ossify? It's so dumb. Like, they, like, just did, like, the dumbest stuff, like, possible for, like, 11 minutes. And then, like, somebody played seriously in, like, the last game. I won't say who, but it's, like, probably the best player in the world. But that's probably why he's, like, nice use of the, yeah. Just good vertical recovery. Not much else to say. Good.
So is that not the thing to go for there?
No, that is the thing to go for there. That made perfect sense.
Okay, because there was a note that you had about like going off stage against Marth.
Oh, I said don't do it out of down throw. Like at low percent, because you can just grab it, turn around, grab him, or F smash him. You know. So you have like other. It's not that don't do. It's more that you have better things in the early game spots that are similar to that.
I see.
It was more like the context of like how the play was set up. I wish you were, yeah, I was gonna say, I wish you were like a little bolder in those spots, because like a lot of times you have like a really good setup for like running forward smash after Nair or whatever, where you hit them away, and he's just gonna fall over the edge. Like, it doesn't true combo, but like he's just falling over the edge in your Marth. So like, what does he do, right? But then we like back up, and I'm like, yeah, like let's remember your F smash is good partly because it arranges all his stuff. So even if he tries to defend against it properly, like it's not guaranteed to work. Like we might just like beat his options in the when he's in the free fall anyway, because we're using a really long move. We're using our longest move, in fact. That was cool. I think you had to nair on the last hit, but like the setup was really interesting. And see how you just outranged his get-up attack?
Yep.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. That's what I mean by like F smash and combos, like, or like advantage state. A lot of times, like, you have them in a spot for it, not because it's gonna true combo, but because what the hell does he do about it? Gorgeous. Okay. Then last one, then we'll take a look at some games. I'm thinking the game on Yoshi's story I want to look at. Any of the games that were the last game versus the Marth, the Marth before this one, I want to look at. And,
yeah, me too.
Yeah, maybe 2 from him. I want to actually look at the one you won there because I want to see like kind of a before, like kind of a, yeah, compare and contrast, I guess. That was good by him.
Yep. Good patience.
It's easy to bite. It's easy to bite there. Like bite too early. Like it's really easy, and he just kind of like he held on. It's good. I think when you understand the game, like at this level, like at a more like when you have a better understanding of like how the game works, I feel like it's easier to appreciate what the opponent is doing that's good, rather than just being like, oh my god, he beat my thing. I'm so sad. Like, you know.
It's cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I was so weird when I joined the community, though. Like, God, do you remember how weird I was?
I thought you were great, dude. I liked you right away.
Really?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, that's hype.
The first tournament I can remember you being at, like, you're just like the sweetest fucking dude ever. Just like wanting to make friends, give people hugs. It really bothered me when Test Rider didn't hug you.
That was honestly, that's now considered like a hate speech.
What?
No, I hate Test Rider. Test Rider broke my heart. I was just like, he was so lovely. Why didn't he want to hug?
I know.
Yeah. No,
What's wrong with you, dude?
I liked.
This is me thinking of him.
I liked that you. I think you were one of the first Smash Fests I went to too. And that was like, I remember I got picked like last for Cruise, and I was like, I see how it is. But then I think I did okay versus Slevin and Velasco, and I was like, yeah, maybe I'll get picked second last next time. Let's go.
Nice. I remember, like, so I kind of like left the scene a little bit, like when you were on the come up, and it was just the funniest thing to me. Like when someone's like, dude, this guy is like tearing people apart right now. It was like, him? Like, awesome! Like, but what? What happened?
The glow up. It's all the glow up.
Yes, sir.
So what do you think you need to do to beat this guy to come back?
Quick one right on the ledge.
Try not to like just aim for gimping him. Just fight him. Just fight him better on the stage. You can totally do that. That's one of your strengths. Okay. Don't like feel so limited just to like what Marth's good move, like what Marth's best moves are. Like the trick with Marth is like, all of his moves are good. Because like I notice you're going for short hops into fairs and stuff, but you don't have to.
Nope.
Let's look at that game actually from versus this guy and the 2 versus the first Marth.
Okay.
Perfect. Just drag and drop. You can actually drag and drop all of them into Discord and just send them all together.
Okay. Any order?
Any order. Doesn't matter.
Okay, so you said that one, the Dreamland game that we just had?
Yep, Dreamland game, and then 2 of the ones versus the other Marth. One
Okay.
where the one you won, and the, probably the 4th one. I think those would be the best ones.
101 and the 4th one. Okay.
Perfect.
That was Dreamland again.
Excellent.
And this was the last one I played against that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I always wanted to ask you, like, was there anything specific, like, around that time? Because, like, it seems like you came into the community, like, just to have fun, maybe make some friends, and at some point, something just lit a fucking fire under your ass.
It was when Reggie told me that I could be good.
Thick. I love that guy.
Yeah, like, Reggie, Chester01, like, he told me that, like, yeah, he said that the way I, like, thought about the game was really good, and if I wanted to be the best player, I could be. He was like, maybe not today, maybe not, like, next year, maybe it'll be years from now, but if you want to be, you can. And I was like, oh. I thought he was just being polite. I was like, oh, that's a really weird thing to say. Thank you. I didn't know really how to, like, react to that. But then I just kind of rolled with it, and then one weekend I went to Montreal because he told me, yeah, like, I just asked him, can I come to the Montreal when I was getting good, like, and play against the good players. So let's talk about space coverage for a second. So here's a big thing with this matchup. So you just threw him behind you. What is the plan here? What do we want to do here?
I can't, like, true combo in this position, I don't think, right? So I just sort of, like, want to set up a wall and keep him there or off stage.
So what move do we do?
Back air.
Right, full hop back air, right?
Yeah.
How do we do the back air? Like, what, like, when does it, like, because we're going up and we don't even have the move coming out yet.
Yeah.
So, like, when
just go
immediately, right?
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah, exactly. So this is a really important part of, like, this character that I think we're, like, missing. Like, just the fact that he can, like, you actually got a really fast jump. Like, this is, like, I think the second possible frame that you can possibly do this. But we needed, like, the back air coming out now. Because it hits on 7, so we'd be, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it would be, like, out here, and then it swings upward. And you see how it would, like, cut into his space perfectly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is an efficiency. Like, being able to go up with your aerials how you want to is huge. We need to be better at doing that, because I think that's where a lot of, like, our execution issues stem from.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in terms of this situation, I know you're trying to, like, let's talk about the dynamic at foot here, because I know that you're going for this, like, you're going for, like, a sweet spot, and I have a feeling this is because it's what we, like, learned today. But I have a question for you. Why don't we just wave land? Or, like, air dodge on stage? Because you see how, like, we're, like, aligned perfectly for that, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're here, we're off stage. Like, I don't even think I would have necessarily dropped this low. Like, I know that we can, but, like, I in general, we want to do high recoveries whenever possible, because by dropping down this far, we have to then, like, commit to a recovery move. But we could have actually, like, recovered out of stun sooner. Like, so when do you think we're out of stun?
Right above. Yeah.
Not quite. I think. Now, this is where we exited stun. So what do you think would happen if we what do you think would happen if we double jumped forward? What can he do?
I'm not sure if he goes for the same thing, but, like, he can threaten fair, he can threaten forward smash.
Okay, so we double jump forward, and if we see him getting ready for one of those, because he has to, like, stop here for either of those or jump.
Yeah.
Then we air dodge.
Right.
And that informs our timing, because, like, if he jumps forward and we go through him, we're happy. If he like run cancels here, we air dodge through him, even if he turns around and grabs us, we're still happy.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, this is like the advantage of this kind of thing. To be clear, I don't actually mind the edge, like, the recovery you took, but what I would have done here is, once he's holding the edge like this, I would have hit him.
Right.
Because you can just fair him here.
Mm-hmm.
Because you see how, like, his edge intangibility has run out, and if you fair, you're not, like, will you be able to recover after this?
Yes.
Right.
And if he rolls, I still get the recovery.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this was like, because what the fair is doing. So let's actually make a note of this one, because I think that this is actually a super important position for recovery in this matchup. just in general. So what are the factors that we know that this is a fair position for you? Like, what are the indicators?
He is holding ledge. His intangibility is over.
Opponent has no int. And absolutely, that is huge. That's the big one. What else?
Yeah.
How high are we above the... is our double jump putting us above the edge or not?
It is.
Okay. How much... How low... Like, what's the limit, do you think, on how high we could be for this?
Like right above his midsection.
So, like, right here?
I think, like, yeah, I think... Well, it's like Marth's gonna flip over and around in a second, but yeah, like right about that line.
So we have to be above the line.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Perfect. Need to be above the line. Above line. Like that I think is important. And then the last one would be have we committed to a fast fall? We're still rising, right? So still rising? Okay, cool. Still going up. Yeah, I would agree with all of that. And like what the advantage to this is that we're going to now be able to identify this, and then we just slap him. He gets stage spiked here and dies, or or we get to recover. It's all good, doesn't matter, and we move on with our day.
Yep.
Because we didn't have to give him this. This was good by him, but yeah, we kind of didn't play. We had counterplay in that situation that we were unaware of. So then there's another thing that comes up pretty soon, I think. Maybe it's on the next stop. So this is good. I remember this being good, and I remember we get a kill on him in a second. There we go. So, let's see here. Okay, so this position. Whenever we double jump in front of Marth, like this, what do you think we should do here? Like, understanding the limitations of this character and the fact that he doesn't really have like a reliable kill confirm, what's the plan here?
I think go to ledge.
Can we make it to the edge and avoid his F smash?
I think in this position, yes.
Well, he'll just keep walking forward, right? Because he like wave dashed into this. So like the problem we have here is that like maybe at this spacing, but like he just like wave dashed back. So if you start falling to the edge, all he has to do to make this work is just like walk forward.
Right.
So this is the problem. Like that's the problem with falling to the edge. The other thing here is like we're basically saying by going to the edge, if he comes forward with like, you know, advancing fair, we are still losing to that. We are still losing to that too, because we are at a pretty good reasonable percent for like advancing fair. So that's this is the problem here. Like with this position, we don't have a whole lot of like ways of defending ourselves with this double jump. This was not a good double jump. That said, we still have things we can do. What are some things that we can do without our double jump?
Are you considering like me acting from this position or just before I even double jump?
From this position. We're saying we did the double jump.
Yeah.
So we're thinking not to the edge. It is an option, but it's not a good one. Let's think about something else.
Okay.
So we can go we can land somewhere within here. So like that's what this is.
Okay. Well,
does F smash hit you right now?
Right now, no.
Okay, so F smash is like hitting like this ball here, basically, right?
Yeah.
We could side B.
Good side B.
Yeah, because we.
Yeah, and that would even pop me up a little bit, and that would probably bring me to platform, right?
Well, we're just using the side B to stay above his F smash. Like we're not even like going for the platform. We're just using it to stay alive.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah, so side B is one option. I love that. So what's another one we could do?
Counter.
Absolutely, counter, because we put up the shield, and like it's pretty likely that he goes for the hit here. So now we just like protect ourselves. So down B. What about another one?
Air dodging.
Yeah, where do we go? There's two places.
Say platform or just like right over his head, like straight. Yeah, either that angle or like a straight horizontal.
Don't like this one because we're still like playing into this thing, right?
Okay.
What I'm thinking, you kind of like if you're doing the side like this, the air dodge, what you're doing is like instead of this fair, you're trying to go through it. Because you're intangible, right? You're intangible for a bit, so it's the ambitious. The air dodge is the ambitious play. You're trying to like basically go from here to here, while passing through. Like either you're touching the ground so that you're in a spot where you can like DI and then like get your jump back and stuff, or you're trying to go through the sword. So it actually, I guess, well, so do you mean like go forward or forward down? Because this works. This works for going through the F smash.
Mm-hmm.
But do you mean like going here?
Yeah, before I meant going there, like just that straight lateral plane. But yes, I see forward down now.
Yeah. No, honestly, forward and forward down are not actually that fundamentally different here. I had concerns based on like the positioning, but like it's actually with the timing of this is actually they're actually basically the same thing. So that's what my B. But yeah, like air dodge here, air dodge is totally fine. Air dodge is good. Basically some kind of like we need to push a panic. These are kind of like your panic buttons. We need to push a panic button in this position because we're in such a bad spot. We need to do something or we die. These are our somethings. The other one you could consider, although like I wouldn't do it here. Another option to consider is up B, because again you are like not versus Marth in this spot, but like because we have no jump, if we were fighting like a Peach, right? And we're invincible on the first active frame, so it is a way that you can just like kind of just put something out and like try to contest her and get rid of her. Like that is it sounds stupid, but it works. So that's like a really big one.
Okay.
Because like now we're like identifying the spots where we can use our panic buttons and where it makes sense to. Because I feel like a lot of times you're like a little lost in those kinds of positions.
Yeah.
And like these are some of the things you can do there when we don't have our traditional resources.
Yeah.
So let's see here. This here. Okay, cool. So you get this up throw fair. What move am I gonna tell you to do?
Or smash.
Right. Why?
Because he's right at that spot.
What else?
I need to do nothing.
What else are you going for? Okay, like answer me seriously. What else are you going for that, like, if not F smash here?
Okay. So I think that like so far in this game, I've been just trying to think to like fair combo him like towards the end of the stage.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's definitely what I've been wanting to do. I think so far. But I am at this point wary of his counterattack. Like I feel like he's gonna throw out a move. So I was looking to like I think bait that and just sort of keep the momentum going. But forward smashes does all of that.
The thing about forward smash is that it's also a DI mix-up. Like, you keep saying that you're trying to, like, look at where he DI'd relative to you. Like, so we're just gonna do, like, F smash. F smash. So, like, look at where he DI'd. What do you think his DI was for him to go all the way from there to here? Like, look at how we get this.
It's out.
So, like, we get this. He's DIing to side on that. He DIs to side on this. Like... Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's just gonna explode if you do this.
He might just die.
No, there's no might. I'm saying, like, does he die off the side or not? That's what I mean by explode. Like, he's going to not be able to make it back. He's definitely dead. It's just how dead is he? Like, do we have to hog him or not? Like, these are the things we are debating on this F smash. The other thing here is, remember, like, minor thing, but... with him being out of stun, possibly, that actually works in favor of forward smash, weirdly enough, in terms of its kill power. Do you know, have you ever heard the term knockback stacking?
Yeah.
So basically,
but I'm not I don't think I understand it completely. Okay, sorry. Please
no, it's super easy. So have you ever, like, up tilt back aired someone with Fox, and, like they go, like, a little bit, like, they go to, like, a higher angle than your brain thinks should be possible on a back air?
Mm-hmm.
So that's
it's because it's redirecting the initial knockback, right?
Yeah, it's piggybacking off the pop up, like the vertical knockback of the up tilt to like send them a little higher. But if you wait until the opponent is at the apex, has stopped moving, or when they've started descending, because then there's no more knockback anymore, then it won't have that effect. This also applies if they're out of stun. So because he's out of stun, that means that there's no vertical knockback, there's no weirdness basically applying to this person right now. He's just gonna get hit by the full power of our forward smash at 51 while holding out. So yeah, he's going to die. It happens sometimes when you up air. It wouldn't happen here because you fared and you pushed him forward with it, but like if you had up aired, for example, and then F smashed him immediately, It's sometimes like, you know how they go at like that higher angle? That's why that happens. Also, Falco's entire combo game. So it's, yeah. I feel like that just made a lot of things make sense.
Yeah, a bunch of things just clicked at once. It's neat.
Yeah. So let's now talk about this. So he went above, directly above directly above you. What's the plan here? How do we like shark this position? I'm just gonna give this to you. But how do we shark this new position that we have here? What's a play that you could do here that makes some amount of sense on your opener after the up throw?
Like, I feel like I just want to go for that top platform.
Why? That's not right.
Because I feel like that's like his escape.
Yeah, might be.
Yeah.
But so talk to me. How do we map this out?
So I think I kind of jump, high up and a little to the left.
I have no problems with this so far.
Yeah, getting myself in between.
Okay.
But straight into a back air, I guess. Like a rising back air.
I have a... Okay, so back air, like, hits down... Like, back air basically is going to hit like this, which makes sense. What do you think about an up air?
Up air... Yeah, because of the way it arcs back.
Yeah. Because we're kind of doing, like, the opposite, right? Like, we're kind of doing it like this, but the reason I like it is because we're aiming for Marth's foot, like here. So, we're, like, the up air is going to come out like this, basically.
Yeah.
So, with my up air coming out like this... How does Marth have to defend against it? He has to jump. He has to jump, unless he's willing to counter, like risk counter. Like, he basically has to jump somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so of these, let's say he jumps this way. Like, let's say he jumps this way. Then we can probably just do that back air you're thinking of doing, right? Like, because we land on the platform. Because we're not going to finish it in the air. We can jump this way, and then we do the back air. So then we can probably, like, double back air, because we can, like, back air, tipper him here, double jump towards him, and then, like, do more. So this is, like, what I'm thinking. Like, we don't really have a good juggle. Like, we don't have a really good corner push if we hit this back air here. Because he can kind of, like, get hit by the tipped back air and DI away from it over here, when we land here. You see what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, like, he'll go here, like, he'll end up here. We don't really have anything to work with. But by giving ourselves, like, more stage or, like, more runway from here to here, like, we're able to better effectively, like, keep him in the combo. You could still make the case that you could go for weak back air, but then we're not tipping as effectively. So that's kind of the problem with, like, this. I also think that the up air is just more disjointed in a more useful place because it's more above you, and that's where he's gonna probably try to, like, defend himself, because he's gonna he's gonna fare down like this to protect himself, whereas the up air like does a better job of, like, contesting it because we're, like, you see what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. So I think we need more appreciation for up air, like, in these kinds of spots. In general, if the opponent goes directly above you, I do applaud you for catching that we want to move to the side. That's good, but we don't want to, like, change, like, it's more effort to change our position the way that you did, because, like, take a look at what you do. So, like, we go for short hop, but I'm saying, like, we want to go for full hop here, because even, like, this could, like, had you hit that, like, what do we even do, like, what do we even do with it, right? Like, you land on this platform, actually, no. What you do with it is actually good. You actually found, like, you actually threaded the needle well there. What your play has one big advantage over mine in that, no, actually has a big advantage over mine in a way, but it only works if he does that side B. So, like, if he does do that side B, you actually allow the back air to kill him in most, like, basically every time. So that is the upside to your play. My play covers more options, though.
I see, yeah.
Yeah, because, like, if you get that back air because you instantly land on the platform, there's no travel time, you actually can just, like, react to all the DIs and murder him. So that's actually really interesting. That's an interesting line of play. The only reason I don't personally like it is because I feel like if he double jumps, we lose our combo. And I'm trying desperately to not have that happen.
Right. And I believe your option covers that option as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Because
it would have caught the side B. Yeah.
Right, because, like, and I'll show you how it does it. Like, it's pretty straightforward. Like, it's around here. It's right before this. Yeah, so this is the spot. Right about, yeah, okay, cool. So, How does this catch that? Oh no, it is before this. What damages do I have in the picture? 55. Okay, cool. It is before this. Cool. So here. So how does this work? We get this. No, it would be
Just before this, I think.
yeah. Ah, here we go. Okay, so how my play does this. So we go up with full hop up air. We time the up air when we're above the platform and fall with it, basically.
Yep.
So if he like hangs out here or side Bs, the up air like tipper hits him. If he double jumps, then we're on this platform and we're higher up, so we're a bit more equipped to chase him. And it just like we're just going up here, boom, hits him if he stays in place. If he stays in place, basically it hits him. And if he moves over here, then like, or he double jumps, then we're higher up and we're like positioned to be able to like follow up on him.
Yeah.
Whereas your play keeps you lower to the ground, which is good if he does exactly that. But if he doesn't do exactly that, yeah, like we just run into more problems. Because the other thing is you're like short hopping, so you're not covering him, like you're giving him also more time to come down with an attack, like fast fall fair or something, or fast fall down air, because you're waiting and reacting to the side B basically. Yep. So it's you're covering fewer options, but the ones you're covering really effective. Like the one option you're covering with like lethal, but everything else is kind of like getting left, and I just don't think that we need to commit like that.
Yep.
So with that in mind, I'm gonna have to like actually call it in a minute. But let's. Do you want to go over these next time we meet? Do you want to do more of like this structure where we go over like matches after we played them?
Yes.
Okay, we'll make a note to do that. There's a lot to work with here, though. Like I said, you played well these games, and I was very impressed with how you were like implementing the things from like the more theoretical part of the lesson. I would say just keep experimenting with these things, like the pros and cons of the different edge grab ranges. Recovery, like the panic buttons, are something I really want to encourage you to get good at. Because, like, recognizing when you use them, like, just try them in spots. When you feel like you have nothing else you can do, just try them. Just do something, because the worst thing you can do is, like, feel like you could have done something, but you didn't bother doing it. Right. So, that's super critical.
Okay.
So, key takeaways, panic buttons. Like, it sounds so dumb, but, like, I'm serious. Panic buttons. What are your panic buttons, actually? To your understanding.
Down B.
Mm-hmm.
Air dodge.
Mm-hmm.
Side B.
Mm-hmm.
I said down B already?
Yep. Up B.
Right, very good. Up B.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, B.
What else are we gonna do? Like a lot again, up B is invincible, so it has a lot of merit to it. When you're dealing with low range opponents. That's really where it shines. Weirdly enough, counter I feel like is good when the opponent has lots of range, and up B is good when they don't, because of because of where their like hit properties are, and they hit on the same frame, like they're both on 5, so that's kind of they should have similar timing for when they go active.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so how are you feeling? I know this is a little bit messy with the schedule, but you good?
Yeah, and sorry about that. That was totally my fault.
It's all good. Is it... cool. So, just to kind of, from my own reference, that is the best way to reach you, though, in case something like this happens, right? Like, by text?
Text message, yes. Yeah.
Alright, phenomenal. I'll leave you to it. Best of luck, and just let me know when we're meeting next, okay?
Okay, will do.
Alright. Later, Keo.
See you, David.